In a forgotten corner of the ancient world, surrounded by thick forest and winding rivers, there stood a village called Omu-Ala. A place where tradition ruled, and every silence held a warning. Not far from this village lay a forest the elders feared. They called it Ayamora, the forest that remembers. Its trees were thick, its shadows were old, and its secrets were never meant for humans. But sometimes, curiosity is louder than wisdom. In this village lived a farmer named Okafor. Hardworking, yes. Respected, yes. But his heart carried a hunger that no harvest could satisfy. He always wanted more. Then came a year of drought. The rains failed. The crops withered. And hunger crept into doorways like a ghost no one invited. Villagers prayed. Villagers waited. But Okafor could not accept fate. One night, as the moon hung low and pale, he remembered a childhood whisper. A treasure lies deep inside the forbidden forest. Ignoring every warning, every story, every elder's word, Okafor stepped into Ayamora. The trees closed behind him like a gate. Strange wind brushed past him, almost as if the forest was breathing. Then, he heard it. A small cry. Soft, trembling. Like a child in pain. Okafor followed the sound until he saw it. A small carved calabash, lying on ancient roots. And it was weeping. Not water. Not rain. But glowing tears. As he reached for it, a cold whisper filled the air. Leave it. Or lose everything. But greed is deaf. Okafor grabbed the calabash and ran. Out of the forest, into the night. Back home. And that night, the calabash cried again. But this time, its tears turned into gold. From that moment, Okafor changed. New clothes. New wealth. New pride. Villagers admired him, but none knew how fortune found him. But with each night, the crying grew louder. What once sounded
like a quiet whimper became a scream that shook his home. Dogs barked. Chickens scattered. Children woke crying, terrified. Then, his wife fell ill. His children followed. No healer understood. No herbs worked. Until the village elder came. His eyes fell on the calabash, and fear gripped him. He whispered, "This calabash belongs to the spirits. Its tears are punishment, not blessing." Then he warned, "Return it before the next moon, or everything you love will be taken." But Okafor hesitated. His heart battled his greed. And when he finally made his choice, it was too late. That night, the crying turned into wailing. Louder than thunder. Louder than drums. Louder than human fear. The shadows in his room moved. Voices rose around him. Too late. Shivering, shaking, Okafor carried the calabash back to the forest. The air grew colder with each step. Then, in the center of the woods, the shadows surrounded him. The moon dimmed. And Okafor simply disappeared. The next morning, only the calabash remained, resting on the same old root, silently waiting for the next greedy hand. And from that day, the people of Omu-Ala learned a truth sharper than a spear. Wealth gained wrongly will never bring peace. And greed always demands a price. So, when you see something that shines too quickly, something too easy, too perfect, ask yourself, is it fortune? Or a curse waiting to be touched?